Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name's Heather. I'm so excited to be participating in my very first reading readathon here on YouTube. This is the May the Force Read With You readathon for the entire month of May, and it is Star Wars themed. However, the prompts given are not all Star Wars based. For the most part, these prompts will fit into every aspect of your reading preferences. This was put together by Break-Even Books, and I will leave that information below of how it all got started and everyone participating in it so you can follow along if that's something that interests you. My wonderful friend Nina sent it to me that she was going to participate in it, and then later I saw it on the Nerdy Narrative channel, so I will link both of them below. What I really loved about doing this is there are three different sets of prompts that you can read. There's a light, neutral, and dark side, so you can look through the prompts and see what books that you would like to read and what order that you would like to be in. So what I decided to do was the light side, and Nina is on the dark side. I will link Nina's latest video so you can check out where she's talking about what she's doing, and make sure that your notifications are turned on and you're subscribed to her if this is something that you're interested in. I think she is going to be doing a weekly reading vlog, but I'm not sure. So don't hold me to that. I don't want to put the pressure on her either, but I think that she did mention doing that, so I would love it if she did. It would be amazing. With that being said, like I had mentioned before, I chose the light side. So I'm going to go through those prompts and share those books with you. And again, make sure to follow along with everyone that I had mentioned before if you are interested at all what we are doing. But if you are here today and clicked on this video, I'm assuming you want to talk books. So the very first prompt is Jedi Council, read a sequel or a book in a series. And if you guys know me at all, you know that I love the Twilight Saga. So I bought The Midnight Sun last year. Not The Midnight Sun. I bought the book Midnight Sun last year. I tried to read it. I just could not get into it. Edward was way too angsty for me. He just gave me a headache, and I love Edward. I didn't want it ruined, so I took a break, I put it down, and I read so many other things, but I've never picked it up. And so it's gonna happen. It's gonna be May when I read this book. So sorry, that meme is everywhere right now. So anyway, I am going to read this. I'm excited about it. Yeah, I only read it to page 50, chapter 3. So yeah, I'm just gonna start that over and read it, and I'm excited. I'm excited to finally be done with the series. I read all of the others, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how many times. At least 4 times through, all the way through that I know of, since they all came out and all of that. But probably will only be reading this one time, because if you are unfamiliar with Midnight Sun, this is basically the Twilight book itself, but it's in Edward's perspective, not in Bella's. So I'm like, Edward has a lot of thoughts, because this book is a chunker. 658 pages. Twilight was not this long. I feel like Breaking Dawn was this big, but I don't think the Twilight was near this size. So Edward had a lot of thoughts, but I'm gonna finally get through them. The next prompt is Force Spirits. Force Spirits, a book with paranormal elements. Now, I do not read any kind of thing like that, and I really backed myself into a corner with it. So I had to look on Amazon to see what was included with my Kindle membership, because I didn't want to purchase anything that I'm not going to read. I can't even promise that I'll finish this one, but I did find a free book by Eve S. Evans, Real Ghost Stories. So it is disturbing paranormal stories based on true events. I'm already scared. I'm scared looking at the cover. Let me bring it in close so you guys can see it a little bit. Yeah, it's a little freaky looking. I'm not sure if I'll make it that far in there, but there are multiple stories within this book. Oh, well, I would have preferred the Haunted Hotels one, but I don't know if this has a table of contents in it or not. She writes a lot of paranormal stuff. Okay, could we get there, please? So many ads in the beginning. No, not really. But yeah, like, I'm really scared. Oh, it's only 112 pages. So, and the very first chapter starts on page 18. That's how many pages there were, and adds in the beginning of this book, like sharing all of the other stories that she's written. I'm not at all looking forward to this, and I only read on my Kindle at night, so I don't know how this is going to work for me, reading true paranormal events in bed in the dark. Like I said, I backed myself into a corner with this one, but I didn't want to pay for one because I don't like that genre. Don't like anything like that at all. So, but we'll see how it goes. I might just go ahead and read this one in the daytime because, like I said, it's 112 pages. It's not going to be that big of a deal. And hopefully I can power through it, because looking at a woman in her 40s who's still scared of the dark, and we'll just leave that alone. And with that, my husband just looked through the blinds and tried to scare me. So he's in real trouble. Okay, the next prompt is healing. Read a book from your favorite genre. Got that covered. Thrillers. You know I love them. The book I chose for that is The Sanatorium. We have already started with the readathon, so I have already started reading this book, and I am obsessed with it. So much so that I have been taking pictures of it. This is about an old tuberculosis sanatorium that has been refurbished and turned into a very sterile, like, posh resort hotel. So I went around town here to a old hospital that had closed down. They're using it for something else now, but it's no longer an actual hospital. But it was the original hospital for our town, and it's very creepy looking, very clinical looking. So I went and took pictures in front of that and a couple of other ran down factories here that just looked very eerie. So I've been taking pictures in front of those businesses with this book. And I actually found a sanatorium that's still in existence. Obviously, it's been closed for many years, but it's still standing. They're not using the building for anything else. The chapel of that, though, that I believe they are using for the post office. But it's still standing in the middle of the state park where I live. So I'm driving there this weekend because we're heading on a family outing and we're passing it. We have to pass it to get there. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm taking this book with me, and I'm taking a picture of the sanatorium in front of a sanatorium. I couldn't be more giddy. I am getting on everyone's nerves about this. If you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen me post pictures. That was just round 1. I'll do round 2 and then round 3 when I finish reading the book or something. I don't know, but I'm really excited about it. This was sent to me by Sweet Lindsay over at Lindsay B. I will link her below. She is also a wonderful bookish friend, and she shares her reading wrap-ups as well. So she was kind enough to send this to me, and Lindsay, if you watch this, I appreciate that so much. And that reminds me, I need to get a book sent out to you. The next prompt is knowledge. Read the oldest book on your shelf, or TBR. And this is not necessarily the oldest one, but it is one I've wanted to read for a very long time. I think I bought it last year. So it's my oldest on my TBR, not the oldest book that I own on my shelf. And this is from Charlaine Harris. It is an Aurora Teagarden mystery, Sleep Like a Baby. And I love the Aurora Teagarden mysteries on, I started to say Lifetime. It's not Lifetime. It's Hallmark. And there are no more right now that we can watch. So I thought this would be a perfect time to pull it off the shelf, fulfill this prompt, and read a book that I've been wanting to read for a very long time. Cozy up with the characters that I absolutely adore. So this one's not that long, actually, so I'm happy about that. I mean, I've got some hefty reading to do aside from the spooky book. I still can't believe Damon walked by the window and scared me on purpose. Yeah, 262. So we've got a 115, 262, the big chunker, Sanatorium. I'm breezing through that. It's going to be a wonderful read. So I feel like I can handle this month's reads. I think it's going to be pretty successful. Very last prompt for the light side is Cleansed, a book with a white cover. Now, I'm only reading this book because it's the only one I have with a white cover that I have not read before. There are a couple with white elements on them of Nicholas Sparks and a couple of other books that I own. But this is the only one that I haven't read with a white cover. So we're going with Nora Roberts. I recently got this on Facebook Marketplace when I bought a giant stack of books for $4. And this is Hidden Riches. I have never read this one before, but she doesn't really disappoint. She is a pretty good writer. I enjoy her writing, so I feel like this is going to be fun to get back into her, one of her books that I haven't read in a very, very long time. So we're dealing with 392 pages here, but it just doesn't feel all that heavy. It feels like a really nice book too. So yeah, this is the white book. It's kind of got like a spider web. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. But for the most part, it is white. So I was really surprised when I came in here because most of my books are either black or turquoise, or like you see, it's pretty dark up there except for like a few Nicholas Sparks and some other chick lit. But that's it, guys. That is all of the books on the May the Force Read With You readathon book list of mine. Those are all of the prompts that I will be fulfilling. I personally am not going to be doing a weekly reading vlog, but if you want to see any of my updates on any of these books, I will definitely be posting about them on Instagram, so make sure you're following me there if you would like to see how this progresses and if I'm scared out of my mind with that scary book. I really want to read it and get it out of the way so I can get it off of my Kindle so I'm not thinking about it, because I feel like I'm going to be thinking about it every night when I turn my Kindle on to read. But I do feel like I will be successful at finishing this list. If you're going to be participating in this readathon, let me know below what books you're going to be reading. And if you have a channel and we have never really talked before, make sure you leave your channel below as well, and I will come check out what you'll be reading. Again, I will have everyone that I spoke about listed in the description box below for you to go check out. I'm so excited. Happy May the 4th, and I will talk to you next time. Bye!